Guys, I have news for you. The new economy is going to be painful. There are two economies. Actually, I take that back. There are three economies. The real economy, which is the one you're starting to see now after all the hot money leaves the economy, like the stimulus money, the money that came out of nowhere, the money they just printed and gave out. That money flooded into the economy, compounded inflation, and made everything less affordable. Drove the middle class to poor, drove the rich to beyond rich, right? Like, I don't want to say filthy rich, because being rich is not a bad thing. But the rich got richer, the poor got poorer, and the middle class became the new poor, the new working poor. Does that make sense? Is that fair? And everyone was affected in some way or the other, including me. I was affected too. Thankfully, I'm in a position where, it doesn't affect me as much as it once would have. So I'm very grateful for the position we're in. Don't get me wrong. But for most people, for the average person, and for a long time, I was the average person, beware. This is your wake-up call. Knock, knock. This is me at your door saying, hey, this new economy is going to be hell on earth for a lot of people. So, again, there's three economies. There's the real economy, which is the one you're starting to see now, where all the fake money leaves and all the prices and everything kind of stays consistent. And you're sitting there scratching your head, literally going, how am I supposed to pay my rent? How am I supposed to buy a house? I can't even afford the windows that go into houses. How am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to put my family in a better position? My paycheck's the same. Well, it's not the same. Technically, it is the same, but you can't measure it by the number. You have to measure it by the buying power. So measure it by the value. So your $50,000 a year is really $50,000 a year, but when it comes to buying power, it's only 35. It's only 40. So you have to think like that. There's the fake economy, which is the economy where money's printed, thrown into it, and everybody looks like they're doing great if you look on Instagram and Facebook and all that. But that's not true. It's not factual. That's not a real economy. That's a fake economy. And then you have the personal economy. The personal economy is my favorite because it narrows all of that down, gets all of the, the peripheral vision off of everything else, and allows you to focus on your personal economy. So whatever your life looks like today is a result, I guarantee, of your personal economy. Now, you do not, I'm going to let you in on a little secret, you do not, under any circumstance, have to participate in the new economy. You don't. You don't have to participate in inflation. You don't have to participate in everything costing too much, overvalue. You don't have to participate in the new economy at all. You have your own. Why? Because you have your own personal economy. I, Shon-Jhon, have my own personal economy. My family, your family, we have our own personal economies. So in spite of what we hear on television, see on the internet, or what we see when we're out and about, it doesn't have to be you. You can pass down the road in any major city. I can do it here in Dallas, and there'll be homeless people spread out. Homeless camps, right? But I don't want to be in that position. Now, full disclosure, I've never lived in a homeless camp in my life, but I have been homeless for 3 months. And I've been homeless more than once. So, I have been homeless more than once, sadly, and that ain't a brag. That ain't a brag. That's a sad fact. And I don't ever want to do that again. So I wouldn't encourage anybody to do that, right? So my advice is, don't put yourself in the worst financial position you possibly can. Please don't do that. It's not pretty. It's ugly, right? And so how ugly? All right. The date that you don't take out from 8 to 10, don't take out from 10 to 12, but the one you hook up with from 12 to 2, from 12 a.m. to 2 a.m., when nobody's out and you ain't going out in public, that ugly. The kind you don't want to tell anybody about, no, I didn't hook up with her, that ugly. Or I didn't hook up with him, that ugly. So you don't want to be in that position. So there are three economies, but you do not have to participate in the other two. You only are required to participate in your economy. So when people talk about the inflation, I'm not interested in being part of, when they talk about the recession, I'm not interested in being part of the recession. I have no interest in being a recessionite, whatever that is. I'm interested in living my best life. I'm interested in making as much money as I can while I still have time and energy and strength to do so, and mental capacity to do so. I'm interested in creating wealth for my family and my kids so that when I'm gone, whatever I built here lives on through them. That by the time my kids are getting married, I could buy them houses. By the time my kids are I don't want to say graduating high school and college, because that ain't something I push on my kids. I want my kids to be wealthy. You might want to send your kids to college. That's cute. That's fine. If they want to be doctors, lawyers, things like that, then yes, go to college. But if they're just going just to go, well, that's a video for another day. But most of you're going to send your kids to college. I'm going to try to teach my kids how to build a business so they can hire your kids. See the difference? Mindset changes everything. Changes everything. And so if you want to put yourself in a position where you can make money without having to rely on your job, stressed out whether they're going to fire you or not because somebody bought the company or something else happened and you're stressed out because you don't know if you're going to have a job or not. And so instead of going through all of that and living your stress life instead of your best life, my advice, figure out a way to make more money that does not require a job. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sean, that's easier said than done. How do I do that? I got you. I'm on top of this. I'm with you. I'm here. Because I've been there, done that, where I was like, this ain't going to cut it. This struggle life ain't pretty. It ain't fun. I got to do something, baby. Daycare, $2,500 a month. Something's got to give. So, got to figure this stuff out. And you're just sitting there like, man, I gotta figure something out. But I got it. I know exactly what you should do. I've already told you, I've already given you the what. You got to find a way to make money that doesn't require a job. Now I'm going to give you the how. How do you do that? Glad you asked. You do that by forgetting your 9-to-5, creating a middleman job on the side in your spare time that does not require you to do any work, any physical work. There is work. Does not require you to go to a job, does not require you to have a crew or any number of things. Here's how it works. I own a moving service, but I don't own trucks. I don't own crew. I don't own dollies. I don't own any of that. My friend, she has a cleaning service. She doesn't own boxes, brooms. She doesn't own a mop. She doesn't own any of that. What am I telling you? You have to get very creative and learn how to use money to put yourself in the best position possible, right? So here's what she does, and here's what I do. We are middlemen in our business models. We don't do any of the work. There are plenty of companies who do the work. The same way that Uber does not own the car, nor the driver, nor the passenger, Uber simply unites the driver with the passenger who needs a ride. And then Uber takes a share or a commission. I call that getting paid in the gap. Uber gets paid in the gap by being the middleman. So Uber has essentially created a business model where they don't do any of the work. They just connect those who need a ride with those who provide a ride, and then they get paid in the gap. I simply connect people who need moving help, so the customer, with the business who does the thing, and then I get paid in the gap. some days, God honest truth, I don't even have to leave the house. I could literally sit in my house and make $1,200 a day just booking jobs. That's it. Now, okay, that may not excite you, but it excited me. I was happy about it. Right? So from 77K the first year to 250 the second year, and then continuing to grow. Well, when you get to 250, you can hire people. So there's a cheat code. But again, you can create a middleman business without doing any of the work and connect the customer to the business who does the work. That's how you make money on the side. That's how you create a side hustle that does not require you to have much money, because you're not doing anything. You don't need much. You just need a phone, a script, how to set up the business, which industry you're going to attack, how to go about getting those jobs, booking those jobs, how to go about booking online, booking on your phone, a bunch of ways. And so that's what I teach you. But if you want to learn how to build a middleman business, write the word, or as a matter of fact, just put the number 1 in the comments, and then I'll have somebody reach out to you, and we could probably help you to build your own middleman business successfully. You want to have your time back? Start a middleman business. You want to make more money? Start a middleman business. You want to be able to travel and do whatever you want to do, eat whatever you want to eat, whenever you want to eat it, start a middleman business. You can literally be on the beach right now. I'm in Dallas. There's no beach. But you can literally be on the beach in Miami right now, looking at the waves, listening to the water, because I don't get in. Listening to the water, looking at the waves, having a drink, some smooth southern lemonade, and somebody books on your website or books through your email or calls you and confirms a booking, and you might make $150, $250 just like that while you're sitting on the beach. If that ain't living, I don't know what is. So anyway, hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. If you want to learn how to build a middleman business, drop the 1 in the comment and somebody will reach out to you, and we'll try to get you started on how to do that. Otherwise, I'm home. I gotta go. See you guys on the next video. Peace.